A. Ringgold writes, "Hi guys, big fan of the show. Are the Academy Awards relevant to a younger audience? Because it seems like they do not recognize movies that most of the U.S. movie-going public sees. Top-grossing films like The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Iron Man 3, for example, are hardly mentioned when it comes to award season. Just look at their box office receipts. Award shows like the MTV Movie Awards and the People's Choice Awards seem to represent more of the movie-going audience. It feels like the Academy Awards is just a way for people in the industry to pat each other on the back regardless of what film a majority of the movie-going public actually sees."
Well, thanks for the question, and I can see why it kind of looks like that, but this is actually a button for me. This type of an issue is kind of a bit of a button for me. I don't give a crap what the majority of the audience goes to see. Majority doesn't equal quality. Never has, never will. If you want to talk about that, let's talk about how many albums Justin Bieber has sold. That must mean he's the greatest musician of all time, right? Right? Anyway, I shouldn't speak so negatively about a good Canadian kid.
Fellow Canadian.
That America ruined. Anyway, but here's the thing. The reason why shows like the MTV Movie Awards and the People's Choice Awards are a complete and utter joke is because of this. Let me use the sports terminology just for a second. I've used this once before, but let me bring it up again. Let's say that it's coming up to the end of the NBA season, basketball, and you want to vote. You need a vote for who is the MVP, who's the best player in the league. Now, do you want to get a group of 10 guys who have watched 90% to 100% of every game that year making the vote and judging who is the best player? Or do you want a group of 100 people where each of them maybe saw 5 or 6 games? Which one is more qualified to judge? And when you're talking about the things like the MTV Movie Awards, let's not forget that a Twilight movie also won Best Picture at the MTV Movie Awards one year. Because here's what you have. You have this vote, and this is why movie awards should never be voted on by the public, ever. Because what you did was, out of the 500 films that came out that year, you've got this huge group of voting people who most of them have maybe seen 5 movies that year. And because one of them was Twilight, and they love Twilight, they're going to vote for Twilight. And so that's completely irrelevant. I don't give a crap about which movies had the most box office, things like that. I mean, I talk about box office a lot because I think it has an important element to play, but it doesn't suggest what movie was good and what movie was not good. Hunger Games, Schnepp, we did a review of Hunger Games, and we both really like it.
Yeah.
It was not the best film of the year. It was not in the top 5 best films of the year. It's a complete joke. I want people voting on movies who actually know movies and watch like 80, 90, 100% of the films that are eligible, so they're actually qualified to sit back and say, okay, well, we've seen all these films. Don't tell me you thought Hunger Games was better than 12 Years a Slave when I know damn well you never saw 12 Years a Slave. You know, so no, this whole notion of what is popular equals good is nonsense. It's absolute no, the terms aren't mutually exclusive. Like Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
It was very popular and it was very good.
And Avatar.
Yeah, like Avengers, Dark Knight. These are all films that are hugely successful and critically really good and critically responded to, and the Academy loved them and all this kind of nonsense. I mean, the two terms are not mutually exclusive, but never be confused that what is popular is what is good, and you get these stupid. I'm telling you, MTV Movie Awards should be burned to the ground. They're just a complete, an abomination.
John,
they
are you trying
shouldn't
to say
exist.
that you don't like the Best Couple Award or Best Kiss?
Best Kiss?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, it's an insult to anybody's intelligence that these stupid things even exist. These shouldn't be around. So no, this whole notion that some 14-year-old girl, or guys have long hair, they can do that too. Who watches 5, 6, 7 movies this year, that they should have a vote on what is best movie of the year? Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I'm getting worked up about it. Anyway,
I love that.
Schnepp, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I would have to agree with you. I mean, MTV Movie Awards have their place, or at least they had their place when it was still music, television, and things like that. But it was like making fun of films and popularity. It was really a popularity contest. It was an extension of high school, and that's all MTV really is anyway. It's like, hey, look at here's the best couple, who's the hottest girl, who's the hottest boy. Here's somebody in a bikini jumping around. It's not about films or quality. And like you said before, it's like some people equate box office as quality, and that's like something that MTV or that generation of people who don't really think too much about what a film is. They're equating like, oh, this was a popular film, so I guess Transformers 3 should have won the Oscar. So it's one of those type of things where Yeah, like the awards category for the Oscars is voted on by the people who watch all these films
and understand film and know film. And
so I mean, that's why your question. It's good to bring it up, but it also needs to be answered this way. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an Academy Awards super freak, so I love the Oscars and I love the fact that it rewards a higher quality of films, and hopefully people will see, oh, 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture, maybe I should go check it out. Hopefully that works. Also, A Bad Grandpa did get an Oscar nomination.
It did, best makeup, and it was
great
makeup.
Sometimes there is a crossover.
Yeah, but you know, it's an interesting thing because you bring up a point in the question that a lot of people do bring up, which is, as compared to MTV Movie Awards, the Academy Awards just feels like a bunch of, the movie snobs patting themselves on the back. That is actually, ironically, exactly what the MTV Movie Awards is. It's, oh, let's just take everything that was popular and sucker all the audience into watching it, because it doesn't matter if this movie was crap. You watched it, so we're going to say Twilight, best movie of the year. It's all about them patting themselves on the back.
To get the stars to go to the award show, they'll promise them an award.
I still won't forget this one this one MTV Movie Awards when it was just before the first Transformers movie came out. And Transformers had bought like all the marketing for the show. They had bought all the advertising space for the show. They did special little in-between segments and everything. And wouldn't you know it, that year, and it's the only year that it happened, I believe, MTV created a Most Anticipated Movie Award. Anybody want to guess what won Most Anticipated Movie Award that year?
I could never possibly
Couldn't possibly. Oh yeah, the movie that had all their production and stars there and paid for the show, right?
Yeah.
At that point right there, you just give up. That's when I completely gave up on the MTV Movie Awards.
I think they have their
ago.
place. People's Choice Awards have their place.
Right.
Golden Globes have their place. But the Oscars should be about the quality.
The dump I took this morning has a place.
It does.
And that's pretty much where the MTV Movie Awards belong to. Anyway, sorry, let's go on.
You went there.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.